Hello everyone and welcome to a brand new PlayNow today with a game called RimWorld, a colony simulator by Tin and Sylvester. This is a game that I've been wanting to play for quite some time. I've heard very good things about it, as this being a sort of a not a watered down version of Dwarf Fortress, but a more approachable version of it, an easier to play version of it, which I'm fine with because I would love to play more Dwarf Fortress, but it is kind of hard to get into, and I thought to myself that this would be probably the best way to do it. The game is currently available on Steam in early access form for the price of €28, which may seem like a lot, which is why I'm glad we got review copies of it. I actually got this copy about 2 months ago or close to that, so this isn't actually a first impression. I've played 30 hours of this. It's a game that I actually have experience playing before, I mean a lot of it, before I actually get to do one of these shows, which is kind of rare, gotta be honest, because I don't usually have time to do these shows quite as well as I wish I wanted to. One thing I would like to see in the game is the full screen window version of the rendering system. It just has full screen or windowed, but it's okay, it's just a little nitpick. In terms of graphical options, you don't really have any because everything is 2D and drawn. I believe this game would practically run on a Pentium 2 if you really wanted to, but I think it actually uses some more advanced instruction than the Pentium 2 would allow. So let's start a new colony. I'm gonna tell you in short, or in the best way I can, exactly what this game is about. Well, you start off on a new planet. New for you, it's probably already inhabited. I mean, you can play as a lost tribe of people that were living there, but now they're separated and they have to make their own new tribe, their own new world, their own new settlement, if you will. You can play as people that were crash landed, or you can also play as a rich explorer who has a lot of money, gold, and is completely alone. This would probably be quite difficult because with one person you can't really do a lot. You can also edit your this is Steam Workshop. You can also edit your scenario by making random seeds, for example. This one is begins with a village. You start with 3 people, most of them are 20 years old, and you start with these. There's a solar flare there that's happening. Also in this one there's a planet killer. If you don't leave the planet within 227 days you're gonna be dead. There's a permanent eclipse or something, which means that, oh, you cannot mine. Yeah, this is not winnable because if you cannot mine you are dead. Yeah, you can probably trade with other people, but not enough, not soon enough, you are dead. 89 multi-analyzer, that's quite expensive. So is that. Okay, come think of it, you kinda could win this. Just make most things out of wood. Okay, yeah, okay, but I'm not gonna choose this because without the mining you don't really see the full effect. So let's start a new game, and here we get to the part where you actually choose the way it progresses. This game has the concept of storytellers, like the AI directors from Left 4 Dead 1 and 2. This director will send challenges to you. Well, you won't actually see them being... It's the way that the events are generated. This one is basically random. You don't have any sort of cohesion in the storytelling, the procedural, the emergent storytelling, that is, because there's no actual plot. This one is more of a, relaxed version, but you'll get to try out your abilities at survival. And this is a more traditional, with events building up to a sort of climax, if you will, or at least until the point where you die. You also get to choose a difficulty, which let's use this one with some challenge. Permadeath? No, let's not do that. Here you get to choose seed Vadim. Okay, let's pick Vadim as a seed. You can also choose exactly how much of the plant is being generated, because you can generate all of it, but it's huge. You'll never visit not even 30% of it while you're playing this game. Like at all. it's just huge. So let's get down to the actual colony itself. First we're going to generate the world and then walk among its people. So the game generated about 30% of the world, as you can see right here. You don't have much of it at 30%. I mean, they cut the polar ice cap in half. You can actually play on this, and it's a dreadful experience because you will just be surrounded by ice and nothing else. Absolutely nothing else. There's no resources up there. It's minus 28 average, minus 54 in the summer, minus 2.4. No, that's minus 2.4 in the summer, minus 54 in the winter. Nothing ever grows. Well, they can actually grow inside if you have enough, heat and light. Animals can graze now. No, they probably can't ever graze because there is actually stone there, so you probably could do something. But even on the sea ice, there's stone on the sea ice. Wow. I had no idea there was stone on the sea ice. So okay, so yeah, you can probably, if you want an extreme challenge that's kind of boring, honestly, you could play on this. Well, let's choose something less dangerous. We can start in a tundra, in a boreal forest, which is a northern forest, like the taiga. I think, yeah, that's the taiga. There's a temperate forest, there's a tundra. This is a temperate one, this is a tropical one, where food grows all year round, and it is kind of hot in the summer, 30 degrees, but it's not. Well, I believe there are regions with 40. Well, there are also the occasional heat flashes, heat waves, where temperatures go all the way up to 60 sometimes outside. So let's not pick that one either. We could also go in a desert, or the arid shrubbery, extreme desert. Ooh. Now let's pick a temperate forest with okayish temperatures. Growing period is 30 days. That may not seem like a lot, but it is, because the game is basically segmented into 4 15-day periods. So that's half a year. That's half a year right there. So let's start here. But well, actually no. Let's pick advanced first and make the biggest map possible. Okay. Factions. These are the factions we may encounter. Well, we know we'll encounter. One of them is right here, the yellow one. Is the yellow one hostile? Yes, the yellow one is hostile. The orange wallaby Asem tribe with Chief Yu Hakuja Ito. For a second I read the Yu Hakuso, which was an anime thing. And these are the enemies of the Razor Frogs. And the Razor Frogs are also enemies of everybody. They're kind of awful. Look, let's start here. Why not? And here's the part where the game... Oh, prepare carefully. Aha, I know what this button does. This is the part where the game usually lets you randomly generate a set of colonists. Because I chose the option where I start with 3 people, I can generate 3 people, and these will have different backgrounds, different professions, abilities, traits, and skills. These skills are very important. The 2 flames, that means that character will gain a lot of their skill would grow very fast, and they like doing it. They enjoy it. They get a boost to their morale from it. Whereas in other ones where you don't have that flame, they don't really enjoy it. They like it, but they're ambivalent to it. They don't really care. But because I have a mod installed, I can actually do this and generate my own characters to be the way I want them to be. For example, if I don't want this player to be a VR addict, I can put them as a war child or as a war refugee, or what is that? Was that there twice? Yeah, there is 2 war refugee versions. Plus to the cooking and crafting, war broke out and dug something. Okay, yeah, there is 2 versions of war refugee, which is nice. Wealthy, wild, there's a lot of options. I mean, you saw it right there. There are a lot of options to customize your characters. Again, this is because of the mod. The game normally doesn't let you actually play like this. You can't actually choose the way your characters... I mean, you can't build your characters normally. but we can do this now. But let's actually not do that. Confirm. Let's randomize them again. They may also start with some... Oh, that's a lot of shooting. Incapable of social... Artistic, okay. You have to be careful about these because if you have... Yeah, basically no one's artistic in my colony, so that would be kind of a bummer. Because art is kind of needed sometimes. I mean, you do need art to get people a bit more interested in doing, I don't know, sculptures, so they'll have something pretty to look at. This character is incapable of violence, but she does have quite a lot of other skills that may be interesting. Yeah, I think, well, we're kind of suffering the mining department, so I'm gonna randomize this character, maybe get a mining one, or maybe I can edit it and just... okay, yeah, that's... No, not that. People that are incapable of hauling or doing manual labor are always the most annoying because there's no one left to clean stuff, and that's very, very aggravating. Okay, yeah, this one should be fine. Okay. Okay, now we can actually get started after about, what, 15 minutes of doing nothing. I can actually get started with the proper game itself. So, what happens in this game? It's a game where you build a colony. That's your purpose, that's your objective, that's all there is. You build it and you endure with it. You endure through all the random events generated by your AI director. The three of you awake in your cryo-sleep sarcophagi to the sound of sirens and ripping metal. You barely get to the escape pods before the ship is torn apart, which is the thing you saw in the main menu. Sometime later you are in this unknown RimWorld, meaning we're at the world at the rim of the galaxy, which means it's not a nice place. It's not a glitter world, which is a better world. As pieces of the shredded slabs fall around you, you start making plans to survive. So okay, let's get started. There's a llama. Okay, so here we are. Dropping down, along with all the resources we have at our disposal. Ooh, we have a fox named Europa. That's nice. Okay, we can kill it for food, but that's our pet. We shouldn't do that. First thing I'm gonna do is this. I'm gonna unforbid these resources so we can actually pick them up and use them. And I'm gonna equip my my people with weapons so they at least have something to defend themselves with in case they're attacked by a roving band of capable of violence. No, I forgot. In case they get attacked by a cannot haul. No, oh, you don't into spaces. I'm gonna finish the joke event. In case they get attacked by a roving band of beavers. Okay, colonists need beds. Good. So. Let's see, what would be a good place to settle these guys down? Oh, that's a pheasant, no, a turkey. Pardon, I thought it was a geyser, which you can use for geothermal energy. This is this is fertile area that can grow a lot faster, but I don't actually know if I need it on account of me having installed a mod that lets me till the earth so I can actually grow things faster. But one good place to put this colony would be probably around here. I mean, we already have a natural wall on this side, protect us from oncoming stuff. There's this area may seem walled off to you, and it is. There's actually something inside. Maybe some robots, maybe some ancient pirates that are in cryosleep, just like my people were. I'm not going to turn that wall down until I finish the show because that'll probably result in everybody's demise. So yeah, I guess this would be a good place as any to actually start building. Okay, let's put a zone first. A stockpile zone up here. I'm gonna also need to place a roof over this area on account of if I don't place things like medicine or food, well, this type of food which is packaged and can spoil, if I don't put it under a roof, it will deteriorate quite fast. Now that that's sorted, these guys will just start doing their thing, and I'm gonna get to building actual stuff. Let's see, structure. You can build things out of different metals. Currently I only have silver, steel and wood. I'm gonna build them out of wood because, like, why not? Okay, let's start building this here. I'm gonna build first a very simple shack for them to live in for a short term. Short term, I mean, not short term. Let's put this door here and maybe another one here. and that should suffice. You're also going to need a floor, but not yet. I'm gonna put some beds in because they do need beds to sleep in. Let's see. Let's put a bed here. Let's put a bed here, and let's put a bed here. I should have actually just separated these areas, so I'm gonna move this bed somewhere else. No, cancel, cancel, cancel. Ah, damn it, I can't cancel it. Well, now I can. Now let's put the beds in somewhere else, and I'll separate these into individual rooms right now, so they'll feel more like at home and less like they're living in some, I don't know, empty shack. And this guy's not gonna have a lot of space, so I'm gonna move this bed lower actually. Let's cancel these. Let's put the wall all the way up here. I guess this would work. As you can see, they're actually picking up stuff that's in the way, like those berries, which actually help them because they're kind of starving and they need food. Let's actually cancel that one. Let's put another door, a door here, so we'll have something to go in and out of. And we're gonna have our first room. Let's actually speed up time. I didn't know the thing already existed because I built it already. Okay, got it. Oh, I should also put a sleeping place for my my pet. Let's put it here. And a nice place. Okay, this food will deteriorate because it's not refrigerated, so it will spoil with time. Meat spoils a lot faster than vegetables and fruit. Also have a lot of utilities here, like showing zones, toggling the bar with the colonists. This is the happiness meter, the beauty meter. It shows you basically the beauty of the area around you. Currently everything is awful apart from this bit that has some flowers. You can also toggle zones. You can toggle the popping thing with the... That's the tutorial. Basically it shows you some things you may or may not want to learn. This also changes the way that the items are displayed depending on your preference. Come on, build your thing so you can actually go to sleep. Do you have enough wood left? You don't have enough wood. Okay, so let's chop this wood if you don't have enough left. Let's chop those trees down. Are you cleaning? You're cleaning the outside really well. Technically the outside is categorized as being part of the world. That's too big. Let's put a short table and some dining chairs here. The thing I like about this game is that characters can go through objects. They don't have the problem of not being able to get, for example, if there's a chair here and a chair here, they can still go here. They are not incapable of moving past objects, which is something I really appreciate, especially after recently having replayed Evil Genius, which had severe problems because of that. Okay, now they're building the roof so they won't drown in the rain. Not that they can actually drown in the rain, it's just categorized as being outside, which is not nice. Did I not build another bed? I built another bed there, but I didn't. Okay, I'm gonna put the bed there. No, not there. Start in the door. Okay, bed. Okay, there. You got a bed now. It's kind of the shortest room possible. Priority, come on. One of you guys has to prioritize this bed. Cannot. Oh, you don't have enough wood. Still, you don't have enough wood. Okay, chop that wood. Chop that tree. What? Okay, I couldn't press the right button. That's why it wasn't going fast enough. Okay, now I have enough wood for the bed, which you should totally build. Okay, so this character must have really low construction of 2. That's gonna cause a lot of failure, and that may lead to lost resources. Cannot still don't have enough wood. I built too many chairs. That's why. Okay, so let's build let's add more trees. I like the music in the game, and the aesthetic is quite similar to Prison Architect. A lot of games are starting to look like this. Ancient danger, meaning that there is something behind here, and there's a geyser. Yep, that's what we're going to use for power. Come on, Where's the other one? Foster. Cannot build, need... Yeah, you got... Get... Okay. Foster. Foster, okay. Yeah, no, you don't get to sleep outside. You go chop down that tree, and then you go... No, Foster. Chop down the other... You want to sleep in a bed, chop down a tree, and now build your goddamn bed and sleep. Wow, you are really lazy. Well, you're probably tired too. Let's see, social needs. Rest. Okay, you aren't exactly dying of a lack of sleep. You're kind of feeling bad because you're sleeping on the ground. You're also hungry. Sometimes these guys will almost starve to death. I mean, they'll be on the brink of starving to death because they forgot to eat or something, but it doesn't happen all that often, thankfully. Usually it happens because they're overworked and you keep telling them to do stuff that they maybe could have done later or not. And it depends. This game tends to throw things at you hard and fast sometimes. Currently we are in no actual danger. If you want, we can actually get into actual danger. We can send our people here, which will take a couple of months to actually get there, or a couple of days, and they will probably die there. You can also use there are tools in this world that you can't actually build, or at least I haven't been able to build them directly, that allow you to construct. There's items that let you do things like. Enrage all the animals at a location. Like at one of these maps you can enrage all the animals to attack all the people, which you can do at your own base, but why would you do that, I don't know, but you can do it to an enemy base. These are boom rats, by the way. They blow up when you kill them. You can also try to tame them and they'll be your pets. They'll help you. You can then train them more to actually pick up things and do stuff, even fight for you. Come on, no one's gonna build that thing, really? Okay, not assigned to construct. What do you mean not assigned to construct? Who's not assigned to construction? Why is only one person assigned to construction? Wow, only one person was... Yeah, you should really check these off as soon as possible, because sometimes you'll not get the fullest experience. The game won't necessarily know exactly who to set on what task. Okay, you can also manage priorities, meaning that you can set these to have different importances for different people. Okay, so now we have a little itsy bitsy place to call our own. We should try and do some farming as soon as possible to get a steady stream of food. So let's build a growing area. Growing zone. Voila, that should be enough. And we're gonna grow potatoes. Yeah, potatoes sound nice, which is also the default. They're gonna take some time to grow, but that's okay. Your characters will... Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to build a dumping zone so they'll have where to throw away all the rocks that they'll come across. Also probably cook this raccoon soon. I should have also probably given them a floor. Let's give them a floor. Okay, furniture, structure, floors. You can also build... oh yeah, this is still so they can, you know, make... Well, actually, I should have put this down first, so this will grow faster, but I don't think that's the case. Let's put some wooden flooring down here. We don't have enough actual wood for that, but hey, we will have some one day soon. So yeah, this is the basic idea of the game. You build a colony, you make sure that your people aren't dying, because you don't have enough food, you don't have enough you don't have doors to your buildings, so they're gonna die inside like in The Sims. And then you wait for random events to happen, and you grow, and you wish that the random events that happen will not murder you. Wow, it's 31 degrees outside. It's quite warm. I believe their maximum temperature is around, let's see, health, gear, 32. Okay, so they're still within their comfort range. That's nice. I'm gonna have to build it to give them warmer clothes in the winter if they want to go outside. You can actually prevent them from going outside in the winter. You can designate no-go zones where they're not allowed to go, because you know it'll kill them. Also give them joy items like this horseshoe pen, which will increase their morale. You also have sandbags and deathful traps, which will give them some protection in case of attacks. This is part of a DLC. It gives the ability to construct industrial roads that they're conveyor belts basically. These are conveyor belts. They're not part of the base game, and well, a lot of things are not part of the base game which I've installed. For example, this relation things, this isn't part of the base game. I installed this because it makes things look nicer. I can see relationships between your characters and the others. History, yeah, that's part of the world. And research, this isn't how research usually looks in the base game, because all these things, these are added. This tab is not part of the base game. It lets you research prosthetics so you can build better enhancements for your characters. You can do, once you build a hospital, or at least a hospital bed, and have someone assigned to be a surgeon or a doctor, you can even get them self-tanned. You can add operations like anesthetize, euthanize by cut, harvest a jaw, harvest a nose, you can harvest organs from them in case you want to treat someone that's wounded. It's usually better if you do this to an enemy or a prisoner. You can actually capture people and do anything you want with them. You can convince them to join your colony. You can't have them be slaves, though I think there may be a mod for that. You can convince them to join your colony so they'll work for you. They'll be like one of your normal characters. The basic drive behind this game, I mean, apart from building stuff, is that these characters will, well, you can see they have needs, and if their needs are not met, and this mood goes too low, they will go bonkers banana mad and do crazy stuff. This hasn't really happened to me. I've done my best to keep them happy, and for the most part I've succeeded. And that's sort of a bit of a problem with the game. The reason why I like Dwarf Fortress is because you can do a lot of crazy stuff in it. I mean, you can make a computer out of a bunch of water pumps in that game. There are no systems akin to that in RimWorld. This is more of The Sims-like experience than it is a Dwarf Fortress experience. There are no systems complicated enough to intertwine with each other to the point where you can build complex interactive systems like you would in Dwarf Fortress. It's not as sophisticated, though again, the mods do add stuff like this, like the conveyor belts, which you can use to totally do some crazy stuff. But the base game, not so much. You do have the ability to construct, solar generator, which will let you generate energy, which I'm going to do right now. I'm going to put it somewhere. Okay, this should be a good place. I'm just going to put a battery here. And a heavy power conduits, by the way, not in the base game. I'm going to put this here. And I'm going to put this here, which will connect any lights I put in there. Sun lamp, flood lamps, again not in base game. Standing lamp, let's put this here, let's put this here, let's put this here. And hopefully they will, I'm actually going to put a roof over this area because the battery will short circuit if I leave it outside in the rain. And I don't want to leave it outside on it because it will catch fire, it will burn, it will propagate a fire, a disaster towards everything else. It may even, well, if there's another battery connected anywhere along the line and this one shorts out, it will drain the other battery too. That's not something you would want in the winter when you have electric heaters that heat your home, or during the summer in a heat wave if you're using AC to actually get things to the right temperature. Now initially I did think that this game would have those kind of systems because you do have these things. You have temperature related objects like the cooler and the vent that enables the transfer of heat, and the heater, but there's no, well, there is a sort of simulation with the propagation, but there's no system, there's no deeper mechanic tied to that. You can't do something more sophisticated, which I'm kind of sad about. You can make and it's something that boils water if you get it to 100 degrees, and that drives a turbine, and that does something else. You can't improvise stuff like that, and that's honestly what I was expecting when I first heard of RimWorld and it being compared to Dwarf Fortress. It's again, it's more of a sim style game in the, well, not even the guise of Dwarf Fortress, which in itself, RimWorld is a nice game. But it's not as complex as I would want it to be. But again, I still spent 30 hours in it, and I would probably spend more if I hadn't hit the ceiling of realizing that, well, at some point you are gonna run out of stuff you want, you actually have a motive to do, stuff you actually feel the need to do. That's kind of the worst aspect of it. You get bored with it because there is not enough depth in here to actually keep you going. Yeah, you're building a colony, okay, it's working, it's functional, and then you're just waiting around for random events or trying to do, I don't know, some quest you got received from an AI to go to a place and find a ship there, or build your own ship to escape the planet. It's still in early access, and I'm glad because of that, because well, that means that the game has time to evolve, it has time to advance, it has time to improve. That being said, well, you need the way you build a basic colony. I'm gonna now switch to the cheat mode. Okay, and I'm gonna show you basically what the game is actually capable of. Where is that? God mode? Yeah, oh, not God mode, don't need that. Fast walls, fast research. Where was the instant research all? I think it was around here somewhere. Not this. Okay, finish all research. Okay, all research is now done, so I can build anything I want to. See, in terms of temperature, all I got was a passive cooler. That's the only other thing it had. Not really as complicated as I wanted. I mean, a belly cooler would have been nice. Something like that, or something to help with heat exchanges that actually translate into actual mechanics. Most of these turrets are from the mods. Usually you don't have a lot of these. You have the basic ones. These turrets act as, well, guards for you, and you kind of need, well, I'm actually gonna build a few. Wait, God mode, yeah, I remember why I wanted to enable God mode. It's because in God mode you don't require resources anymore, and if I didn't have resources, I would have had to construct them manually. Okay, let's build that there. Let's build an impact charge, an EMP charge. Let's build it here because I'm gonna do something there. Let's see, I need electricity power. I can even, well, this Xeon ion tube, this is also part of the, plasma fusion core. This is also part of the, wow. That's a lot of energy. This is also part of the, one of the mods I installed. Let's build it down, let's build it here. That'll probably be safe outside. Okay, I'm building next year because I'm gonna break this thing and show you what's inside. While I'm still here, this again is something that's installed because of the mods. You usually can't put the walls with lights on them, like this. Usually you have to kind of... Where is that thing? Where's the power again? Power conduits. You usually cannot build lights incorporated into walls, which is kind of a bummer. I mean, you have to waste space to put a light. You can even make a chandelier, put it on the ceiling. Got a lot of miscellaneous stuff like pod launchers. This is actually part of the game. You have vitals monitors, you have graves, you have chrysler chambers, orbital trade beacons that lets you call up people and trade with them, long range mineral scanners that let you register exactly what area of the world has better minerals than you do. Different kind of floors. Most of these again are from the expansion. You can build your ship to go back into outer space and basically win. Production. A lot of these are from the base game. Most of them, well, not all of them. This isn't here, not this one, 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 not this one. No, wait, this one, I believe this one. No, not this one either. Not this one. Most of them are, okay. The top side isn't in the game, but the rest, yeah, they're in the game. You have research, you have smelting, you have drug labs, you can grow pot basically. Do whatever you want with it. You can sculpt things. You can do quite a lot of... oh yeah, the blueprints thing. This, again, part of a model lets you copy a shape, a thing you build. So you can easily duplicate it. Floor, ship, temperature, joy. Again, in the joy department, you can buy flat screen TVs, but you can actually build them. Security, I showed you already. Furniture, really not that impressive. I mean, you don't even have a bookshelf or something to keep these people distracted. Again, it's a game that's still in early access, so there's time to get more. Oh, by the way, like I said, you can build walls out of different materials. So now that we have that covered, let's get to the combat aspect and show you exactly how things work around here. Let's unbuild this and voila. We have robots here. Deadly, deadly, deadly robots. Okay, that detonate. They left. They left already. They left. Oh, visitor has come from a freaking league. They're afraid to enter. Okay, I'm gonna ensure their safety. And they're stunned. Oh, not all of them. Not all of them. So usually when a visitor comes, they'll just hang around and not really do much. But because I have a mod installed, I can actually get these people. I can make beds for them. I can talk to them. I can, you know, entertain them, and they'll have a better opinion of me. And with time, they may actually join my my faction, which is not something that was in base game. Let's see how my people will do against that that thing. They're not doing that well, so I'm gonna draft them. Both of them. No, wait. Foster is not the violent kind. Okay. Fire at Scyther. One annoying thing is that even though characters have ranged weapons, if this guy was a bit farther away, I wouldn't have the fire at the target option. So I'll have to get closer and then wait for the fire option to appear, which is annoying as hell because by then I'll probably not be in the necessary range to actually be safe and not die. Age 200, that's an old thing. That's old, okay. This is getting kind of bad, so I'm gonna build another turret. Let's see, EMP mortar, incendiary mortar, automatic EMP mortar. Okay, come on, you've got power, you've got power. Oh, this thing is not outputting power. Set for target. Minimum, damn it, and minimum range. Okay, build a copy. Aha. It's a target. Below, still below minimum. Okay, I'm gonna build normal turret. No, it's a mortar. Okay, ERMG turret. Okay, they should be fine. They should be fine. They should be okay. Come on, fire. Okay, we ran into an error. That happens if you have the console debug thing enabled. And we have a downsider. Okay, so yeah, the robot is... one is dead. I can't reprogram these robots. I can actually change them. I can't actually do anything with them right now. All I can do is... well, kind of... I think, yeah, she's repairing the thing. I can't do anything with them. I can't reprogram them, sadly. But I do have these cryosleep caskets that I can open right now, which I'm gonna try and do right at this moment. I'm gonna go here and see what happens when I try to open these. That's a psychic yeah, that's the thing I was telling you about that will drive well, any character, not just enemies and not just animals, into berserk mode. Also have a psychic suitor that does the opposite. Let's see if they can actually open this. Okay, let's open this. Come on, Foster, open it. Why won't you open it? Yeah, no, area revealed. Okay, ancient danger. Got it. Why? Oh, she's not set to flick things, is she? No, everybody's set to flick things. What about opening? Manage. Okay, I'm gonna turn everything on. Maybe she'll actually open those things. Doctor, I don't think those actually matter. But usually in these things there are people, and they kind of get a bit upset with things and stuff and everything that happens. Wow, they're still fixing those things. That's a lot of work to do. A lot. Okay, they're... okay, no, they're not... okay, yeah, this one's hostile, but the rest of them aren't. Oh, and some people are actually hurt and wounded. This is actually kind of a good find, honestly. Where's one of my... Oh, that's a shame. Running away. Draft, kill. See? No fire option. I have to get into range where they can already shoot me and then fire at them. I could have just said... Oh, you missed, by the way. These guys will often miss, and I hit Avery, and Avery will probably die now. These people will generally die. Okay, headshot. I'm gonna need to build a hospital real quick so I can actually save these people's lives. Let's see. Structure, wall. Let's build it out of gold. Gold, I tell you, gold. And a sterile floor. That's what we need. No, floors. Floors, sterile floor. If you don't have a sterile floor, you can get germ infections, which is something I actually like. I mean, the game does take that into account. Structure, we need a door. Doors, door here. Let's pay gold. Let's put some lights in here so we don't go in blind. Okay. What do we need now? We need a furniture. Hospital beds, which are more advanced than normal beds. You can put them next to each other because it doesn't matter. I mean, the game, well, that may not be an optimal solution, but we can put them anywhere we want. And now we're gonna put some vital monitors as well, you know, so people will be monitored vitally. Okay, that should do it. And they should probably be able to get you on draft and get Avery because I can put in a cryosleep casket. So I can put her back in there, so okay, that's something. How long until she dies? Needs health. 7 hours. This guy, okay, this guy doesn't have anything wrong with him, he's just kind of sickly. Ooh. Wait, no, is she dead? That's the panda? There's... What am I... Mega Scrab? Oh no, she's actually dead. She is absolutely dead. This guy's vomiting. So yeah, I'm gonna have to get her to the ER. Rescue. Also gonna rescue. You stop running away. Stop cowering in fear. Rescue him. She's dead. She's kind of missing body parts. You can take body parts from them if you want to. Okay, she should be a prisoner actually, so I can't put her in the same place. I'm gonna have to build a prison for her. The way the character is, the interaction you can do with characters is something I actually like. And it's akin to what I would expect from this game. Okay, furniture bed. And let's put it here. No, not there. Here. Let's put a wall back there. Where's the wall? Structure. A golden wall. Okay, no, wrong wall. Doesn't matter. And a door. We're gonna need a door. And a door here. And let's put this as being for prisoners. So that's a prison now. And let's capture her. And we can do things to her. Evil things. I mean, you know, stuff. Let's see, options. Social interaction options. No relationship, prisoner. We can give no interaction, release or execution, or chat and recruit. Let's try this. Yeah, something I would have liked would have been the option to, yeah, after that, yeah, maybe I can strip her for parts, but currently I can't. So I'm just gonna execute her and see exactly what... I've never actually executed someone in this game before, but I'm gonna do it now. Oh, and by accident it would appear that I put the generator under a roof, the solar generator, so there's no power going there. Instance that he rescued. Okay, so one of them joined. One of them actually joined my colony, which is nice. Let's put the heavy-duty power thing through here. So we'll have power. Yeah, that's looking a bit better. Now we have one more person. That's nice. That's very nice. And he's eating my stuff. I'm gonna have to grow some food soon. I want to see exactly who kills her. Severe illness. Okay. Okay, what's her illness? Apart from getting a bullet to the head. Oh, she's gonna die in 3 hours because of bleeding. Oh, blood loss. Okay, stab. Yeah, she's gonna die anyway, so... Let's see, can I... where's one of... No, she can... We're gonna violence. You can do violence, right? Okay, prioritize, cleaning blood. Prioritize cannot. Prioritize will never do wandering. I can put her in a cryo-sleep casket. Okay, I can't do that either. Yeah, she's basically gonna die. She's gonna die before these guys wake up, sadly. Avery has died because of blood loss. Who's Avery? Who? Okay, we can put a name. Okay, yeah, that's the name of the colony. Who was Avery? Were you Avery? No, it was Panda. Who was... Oh, no, those are the other guys. Oh, you were Avery. Why weren't you in bed? Didn't I say to... Okay, so we forgot one. We forgot one of our rescuees outside and she died. And she's gonna die too before she gets executed. Before. Defaults. Come on, heal her. Okay, she's gonna die in a couple of minutes. And she died. Because, well, you're kinda late, Foster. Everybody's dead. You're a horrible, horrible, horrible medic. Horrible. Terrible. And that's basically the enjoyment of the game. People will be horrible at things and random stuff will happen. That's the thing that keeps you coming back. Because building a colony in itself, well, it takes a lot of resources that you have to mine slowly unless you're using God mode, and then that sort of takes the fun out of it. But it's kind of a bit too slow to actually build things, and it's not fun because the people may not always do what you want, and that's okay when fun things result from that. But when tedious things and boring things result from that, it's a bit meh. I'm curious to see exactly how this thing will take shape as it progresses. I mean, it's been in early access for quite some time, and basically mods are the main way that you're gonna get enjoyment out of this game, because mods let you do all sort of crazy stuff, which is always nice. For example, I'm in where's that thing? This isn't a mod. This is a part of the debug mode. I'm going to okay, kill, destroy. Where's that thing? Bomb. Okay, to clear area. Bam. I just cleared a bit of area because I can. See? Bam. This is it's an incomplete game currently. It's not exactly what I hoped it would be, but it's close enough. Honestly, it's somewhere around the region I expected it to be. Oh, there's a hive there, and Tyranids, or mega spiders. It's getting there, and the mods do help. The mods do make it a bit more interesting, a bit more... Ooh, mad animal. A mad don't underestimate a mad tortoise. They can be deadly. Well, this was it for the PlayNow of RimWorld. You can find it right now on Steam for the price of what was it? Almost 30 bucks. It's 28 bucks, 28 euros. Is it worth it at this price? Well, the mods, like I said, the mods do make it more enjoyable. Buy a RimWorld backstory in game pack. What does actually mean? Pirate King pack. What does that mean? What does the king gives you right to enter name? Oh, you can make a character in the game. So yeah, they're doing this to actually fund the development. Which, yeah, okay. If you can develop it further with selling this stuff like this, yeah, absolutely. Do your best. I do hope they do their best as the game progresses. Again, mods make it a lot more interesting. The base game does have a limited shelf life though. About 30 hours. It really gets tiresome after about 30 hours. Which is still about an hour a euro, depending on what you paid for it. Honestly, Stardew Valley is more interesting in terms of builders, in terms of social interaction. I mean, direct social interaction, because here everything's random and you don't really get to decide what happens, which is also part of the fun, but can also be a bit annoying at times. Well, if you're interested in the game, like I said, it's on Steam for 28 bucks, 28 euros. It's still not as Dwarf Fortressy as I would have liked it to be. Not as many complex systems that interact. It's no Factorio in terms of the things you build. It's more like The Sims, but a more complicated version of The Sims. I'm gonna see you again soon with a game called, I believe it was Next Machina or something. I'll see you then. Goodbye.